Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. You already know what to do if you are new to this page, okay? Follow that prompter in your lower right-hand corner by hitting that like, subscribe, and the notification bell, and come and join this family as we learn and earn. We were cooking this morning in money moves, just making money, printing money. Somebody won a lot of money today. A lot of us just winning, man, just trusting the signal and winning. Listen, a lot has happened since I last talked to you yesterday, and the president had a press meeting today and talked about how we extracted the two pilots. You know, one was saved, and the other that they were looking for, that everybody was scared in America, that we were scared for his life. He got saved, and you must admit our military, America's military, is impeccable. It's just crazy how good they are. All right. But let's get right into it. The president was speaking, and I focus on some things that are moving. I always look for what's moving and what's not. Oil was actually spiking as the president was speaking, right? And it's giving us signals, okay? Let's go right into some headlines. A stock recoup the overnight losses that followed renewed threats from President Trump on Iran as he extended the deadline for attacks to Tuesday. That's tomorrow. Hence the thumbnail. Tuesday, destruction in the Gulf region over the weekend also raised geopolitical tensions. Now, the market is confused, as you and I are, because of everything that keeps escalating. So there were certain things that I personally felt he was talking too much on the accuracy of how they went in and extracted the second pilot. But then there are some things where he said he's not going to talk, and I agree with him. Why should you lay out all of your plans, okay? It's just not good for any president or commander to do. You don't give, your playbook. But here's what has the market on tension, should I say, right? On Sunday, Trump repeated his ultimatum in a profanity-led social media post, which it was, for Iran to reopen the Straits of Hormuz, or the U.S. would destroy Iranian power plants and bridges. He later specified the demand would be Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, 9 p.m. Chicago time. All right, do the math. Right? So, as a matter of fact, let's listen to exactly what the president just repeated again in his address.
Your messaging on the war has moved from the war is coming to an end to war going to be bombing Iran to the Stone Ages. Right. And we've heard a range of those kind of messages. So which is it? Are you winding this down? Or are you escalating?
I can't tell you. I don't know. I can't tell you. Depends what they do. This is a critical period. They have a period of, till tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I gave them an extension. They asked for an extension of 7 days, right? I said, Steve, give them 10 days. 10 days is up actually today, so I gave them 11, I guess, indirectly. I thought it was inappropriate the day after Easter. I want to be a nice person. They have till tomorrow. Now, we'll see what happens. I can tell you they're negotiating, we think, in good faith. We're going to find out. We're getting the help of some incredible countries that want this to be ended because it affects them also. A lot of people are affected by this, but we're giving them till tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and after that, they're going to have no bridges, they're going to have no power plants, Stone Ages, yeah.
So, guys, he went on to say that this mission would take 4 hours. 4 hours would put them back 20 years, is what someone said, if they started that bombing campaign. Now, here's the deal. The reality of it is that oil, even for us, would spike out of control, and that would not be good for the market. Okay. And so I think that the market is a spring right now, a spring. And I do have my eyes on a specific stock. I'll share a few of them with you, but let's see what Tom Lee had to say as he looks at his predictions and where the market is heading.
You know, as March unfolded, the war looked like not to be a short war, but, you know, one that was longer. And I think markets have been adjusting to that. But as you know, we're still in the midst of this fog of war because we don't know when it ends. But we did look at the past 7 major war events. And the stock market adjusts pretty quickly. Within the first 10% of the entire duration of a war, the stock market usually bottoms. So, you know, World War II was almost 5 years, and the market bottomed 5 months into that war. So I do think, as bad as March was, we've probably seen a big part of that adjustment. And now I think the risk reward is quite good for stocks.
And 90 to 95% of the weakness is behind us, in your view.
Yes. And I think people are kind of torn because if someone sold in March and the market, they may have sold 3 or 4% off the highs, and we're just 5% off the highs, they've got a dilemma because the market's only a little bit lower than where they might have sold, but it wouldn't take a lot for the markets to begin to recover. So I do think investors who've gone to cash really have to start to think about how war, as much as it's a crisis, people focus on the negatives initially, but then they need to start thinking about the opportunity.
Now, we could see here that when the president was speaking, oil was spiking. I just got USO up. Oil was spiking as the president spoke, okay? So it was already up, but when the president spoke, it spiked up and started to cool back off as he wrapped up his speech, okay? And we could see right here clearer that it was spiking up. You guys see that? And then it cooled off. Now, if we look at the indices right now, I'm filming this 30 minutes before close. We could see that we actually are positive. NASDAQ up almost 100 points, and the S&P is holding strong. And we had this pullback, but today we kind of had this bounce back, right? And remember, we went into the weekend with all of this threat of fire and brimstone, and the market is simply shrugging it off at this point. Remember, I always say, for those of you that's been following me for a while, the market gets punch drunk after a while. You keep hitting it and it just gets numb after a while, and it just doesn't have the same effect. Buy on bombs, sell on trumpets. That's why I buy closer to the bombs. Remember, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. You're responsible for your own money. Nobody's making you spend or not spend. That's up to you. I'm telling you what I'm doing with my money. And if we do have a sell-off on tomorrow, if the fire and brimstone, the evils of war rains down tomorrow, I will be buying. I will be praying, but I also will be buying. Let's keep it real. That's why you're here. Don't come here and say, oh, we shouldn't just concentrate on money. You notice the financial page, then what are you doing here for the one person that keeps making that dumb anyway? All right, guys. So here we are, the NASDAQ. Look at this. This is the 30th. This was Monday, and it was the low, right? It still was the low, and we haven't broken that low yet. I think the market is primed, okay? Now, we just wrapped up Q1, right? So we're going to get Q4 reports, and then the earnings start again for Q1 is over, right? And so we're going to get all of these earnings updates, and if they're positive, the market has a lot of room to move up. But the market is primed. If this war ends, the market is primed to go if it does not escalate worse, okay? And if they work out a deal, you guys know China's involved and all of that because it affects their oil also, All right. 20% of the world's oil is coming through the Straits of Hormuz. So it's a worldwide effect, and it's hurting everyone with these higher prices, including Iran. And so let's see if calmer heads will prevail and this war comes to an end. Okay. Some of the things that I want more of, there's many stocks and many ETFs. I get it. You do you. I'm looking to buy some more Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT. I'm looking to buy more ticker symbol MU. I'm looking to buy more QQQ. Why? Because I just want more of that. I'm loaded with the other ones, okay? Guys, when you just say, what about this one? You know, you don't want to be overweight one stock. You want to be diversified. That's what Larry does. I am doing well on ticker symbol HIMS, hims and hers, but there is a certain amount of shares I want to get. So if it's flushes, I'm going to get more. I'm going to get more Amazon. I'm going to get more of Uber. These are the ones that I've been just nibbling on when they go down. Okay. You let me know what you have your eyes on if another buying opportunity presents itself in the next 24 hours. Then let's hope that that's the bottom for now until the next crisis arrives. Okay, guys, let me share this with you. These are some of the wins in money moves. We got 148. Yes, sir. Congratulations. 240. Kate on Tesla puts. We rolled those Tesla puts down. All right. Look at here. 2.55 on Tesla and 2.3 on the Qs. $34. Look, a win is a win. $50, right? These are the levels that I post. So they're just posting the levels. What did they say? Bought shares of Tesla, 92 profit on put. It's 1,500 now, right? Bought 100 at $88. Crazy market. Congratulations, 63% on Tesla. Let's get to this other one. We got Derek with the win. Another. Thank you, Uncle, for being a blessing. Look at this one. We got 125% for 309. Look at that. Just making money. Then there's another big one. Here's the big one for the day. Look at that. $1,600. Good day, good people. I was able to catch a couple of Tesla puts this morning for $1,600 in profits. A great start to the week. Praying that everyone has a great week. Let's make it a great one. All right. Just wanted to share with you guys how we are winning. And a lot of these people, maybe not Misha, but a lot are first time options traders, and some have been losing constantly and now they're winning constantly. Why? We got the tools. We got the perfect tools to help you, and we have an options for dummies class in here. Okay, so all you got to do is come join Money Moves. We teach you all you need to know from beginner status about money moves, and come join the money makers. That's what we call it. Okay, leave me a comment what you think. Meanwhile, come and join. We always say come get this money and join us. We trade live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I'm teaching and trading lives and literally calling out the plays as I present you guys with the levels early, right? We'll see you tomorrow. Look, we're going to see what happens between now and tomorrow at 8 p.m., the deadline. This is like a Western, okay? Of course, we pray for peace. We hope nothing happens. But if it does, if the market is red tomorrow morning, I will be buying, not just any red. I will let you guys know in Money Moves what I'm going to be buying. But I just think that it's just how much worse can it get when you threaten to take out civilian infrastructure? Like, that's bad. And I hope it does not happen, right? I really hope it does not happen. So let's see. The market is confused. I'm just as confused as you are, but I have a plan. And so far, my plans have been working for me. So far, I put together forensics that showed me that there was an 80% probability that the market bottom would be in March. So Did I know that for sure? No. But did I react on it? Yes. I started buying. And I'm glad that I bought what I bought and when I bought. We'll see you tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn. We'll see you in Money Moves.